Hello, these are quick directions for how to annotate. So whenever you learn about a passage, you should always understand it first. So read it out loud, read the context that's written for you at the top. If you need more help, Google it, read the text itself before and after, because you really want to understand it first before you annotate. So once you read it and you understand what it's about, think about what happened before, what happened after, then you're going to start by annotating and looking for at least 3 words that you don't know or don't use often, or words that you think might be significant, like maybe the word alas or something that might irresponsible. Maybe it's a word that you could find a synonym for that would help you better understand the passage. So even if it's a word you know, look it up because it might be important, and then you might be able to get a deeper understanding of it. So highlight the word and write the definition next to it. You should have at least 3 of those. Then you need at least 7 more annotations because you should have 10 total. And this is a summative grade, so you need to do it well. If you do fewer than 10, then you're going to lose points. You should identify the rhetorical devices that we've talked about in class, and you can use that big bank of strategies to help you because these are those rhetorical devices. Now remember that ethos, pathos, and logos are not rhetorical devices. They are appeals, so those should not be highlighted. They should be the things like personification, similes, metaphors, anaphora, etc., repetition, okay? So once you identify it, you have to explain what it is. So for example, if it's personification, what is being given human characteristics and what does it mean? Like what is its effect? So you really have to explain it. For similes and metaphors, explain what is being compared to what. For all other devices, explain what the words or word or words are referring to and what it's conveying. And make sure to explain the answer of so what, like what is the effect of it? What is it saying? How is it building emotion? How does it make you feel? What's the purpose of it? Okay, so for example, the fatal poison of irresponsible power. Okay, I did highlight irresponsible because I thought that was a word that would really help me better understand the passage, even though I know what irresponsible means. It means reckless and careless. And that just helps me explain power better in my boxes below. Metaphor is a really good comparison here when they're comparing poison to power, and that the poison is killing her goodness with power, okay? So it's comparing the power of slavery to being a poison that kills, because before she was kind and now she's not. So by explaining that here, I've really outlined what is the metaphor saying and what's its purpose. It's really telling me how slavery can poison somebody who's even has the kindest heart. So here's other examples like antithesis and explaining how slavery changes even the most beautiful person's heart by comparing these two. So you can quote the quote to make sure you're doing that. If you're doing alliteration, don't just say that it's using repeating letter R's. Tell me what it's emphasizing. What does that effect give you? What might you feel, or what's the tone? So again, tell what it is, then tell what its effect is. Okay, and here's the rubric on how you're going to be graded. You're also going to be adding a thesis later, and that's part of your grade for this annotations part. That's separate from the boxes where you do the explaining on the next sheet. So once you're finished with this, and again, if you do this really well, then your next part is a whole lot easier because it's a chart that you're choosing 5 of these to explain. And so if you've explained them well, a lot of it you can just copy and paste and just add and make sure it's in good form. So do this well and it will save you time in the long run. Again, this is 5 summative points. Do it well, mark it up, and you have to have at least 10 annotations. Thank you.